Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jenna, and today's video I'm a little embarrassed to make because of we're going to be talking about my physical TBR. Books that are in mine and my sister's collection that I have yet to read. Now these are books I'd like to just disclaim that some I'm waiting to read until Halloween time because they're thrillers, dark academias. I have some Christmassy books in here that I'm waiting to read. And then there's just a bunch of books that I keep on buying that I just keep on adding to my TBR. So we're just gonna get into it. I hope y'all enjoy. Let's go. If y'all could see this stack right now, you guys would just be like, Jenna, stop buying books and just read the books that you have. But let's just get into it. Okay, starting off, we have Dance of Thieves. This has been popping off a lot more recently, and I think it's just because Haley Pham has just read it and stuff like that, so I think it's kind of been blowing up because of that. But this is a fantasy duology. I've had this book for so flipping long. My sister got it, and I just have yet to read it. But now that she's read it, I'm like, I might read it. I don't know. It's thick, though, so that's why I have not read it. Then we have Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. This is something that I do see myself reading in the next month or so because I love Alice Oseman. I've read all the Heartstopper books, and then I've read Solitaire and I Was Born for this, so I do see myself reading this. Then we have Know My Name by Chanel Miller. This is a memoir. This would have been my first memoir, and I really want to get to it. Then these are two books that I've already started. This is Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. This is actually a memoir. And I've literally gotten a chapter in. I've heard phenomenal things about it. I just need to get to it. Then we have Rebel by Marie Lu. This is the fourth and final installment in the Legends series. I want to finish this so bad because I hated how Champion ended, the third book. So I really want to get to this so I can finish out the series. Then, this is going to be a shock. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I have not read this book. My sister did. She loved it. And I need to read it because, come on. It's past due at this point. Once again, it's just a big book. And there's so many words on the pages that I'm like, I don't want to read this. I'm too scared. But, yeah. Then we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. The big monster of a book. And I've not read it because it's big. And I'm scared. That's enough said. Then, these are two books that I have tried to read, but I DNF'd. We have Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney, and In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. This I DNF'd because I literally read it in the summer. I tried to read it in the summer, and I'm going to give it another try whenever Christmas time comes around. This book I just want to flip and give a try, because people either love Sally or hate her. So we will see. Next, we have A Court of Thorns and Roses. I have the first book. Do I have to say much more? I mean, this is the chokehold that this series has on people, and I need to be one of them. I'm going to try to be one of them at least. So, A Little Life. I have not read this book because for obvious reasons. One, it's a thickie. Two, it's going to put me, I know that this book is going to put me in the biggest reading slump, but I know it'll more than likely be worth it. I just need to wait till I'm really mentally good, and then I'll read this. And then I'll be like, okay, I don't know, I'm terrified to read this, but I know people love it, so we'll see. Then we have Eleanor Oliphant Is Completely Fine. This is just a fun little fiction book that I've heard only really great things about. So there you go. Then we have Dora of the Pirate King. This blew up on TikTok whenever book talk was becoming a thing. And I've heard it's just fun. Enemies to Lovers. Read. Then we have Terms and Conditions. The fine print and terms and conditions are what I want to read, but we just own the second book. Look at this cover. I mean, this is just a beautiful book. I love books that have white pages. Beautiful book. But yeah, honestly, all of Lauren Asher stuff. The Dirty Air series, this series, all of it. Then we have Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. This is a thick book. Really want to read this because I've heard it's phenomenal. And then we have Hamnet. First of all, look at this edition. This is the Waterstones edition. Picked this up at a thrift store. Beautiful book. Have heard phenomenal things about it. I just know that it's written like a classic, and I've never read a classic before. But going into that, 1984 by George Orwell. This would be my first classic that I read willingly, not for like class or whatever. But I have this really sick edition, and I'd love to read it. Then these are books that like I will be reading in the fall, like for sure. We have The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. This is a little horror novel. And then to follow up, we have another book by Grady Hendrix, The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Then, final stretch, y'all. We just need to pull them over here real quick. Where the Crawdads Sing. Come on, come on. The movie came out. I want to read the book. There you go. Then, this has been popping up on BookTok. It's called The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, the same author of The Flat Share, which I really want to read because the cover is so cute. I've heard great things about it, how it's kind of like a twist on romance. So, then we have Pack Up the Moon by Kristen Higgins. Kristen Higgins is a phenomenal author, what I've heard. She writes a lot of historical fiction, I believe. No, that's Kristen Hanna. Different Kristen. But still, have heard phenomenal things about this book. It's very sad. Love the cover though, beautiful. There you go. Then we have my very first Mary Kay Andrews book. This is the newcomer. Once again, these covers, beautiful. Fiction. I believe there's like mystery elements, romance, the Holy Grail. It's a thickie though. And then we have Addicted to You. This is the first book in the Addicted/Calloway series by Kristen Becca Ritchie. Classic. I need to read this. Then we have the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy. I am going to be reading The Deal, Addicted to You, and The Fine Print for another video that I have planned. You'll see what that is coming soon. And if I like The Deal, then I really want to give the rest of the series a try because my sister has read it. I love how the spines look too. And honestly, I kind of vibe with the covers. Like, I don't know. They could be worse. Like, they could just be like naked women. But I kind of vibe with it. Like, The Deal, I don't know. I kind of vibe with the covers. A lot of people hate them, but the male covers though, ew, disgusting. Get those away from me. But yeah. And I've heard that like The Deal is a lot of people's not favorites. I heard like other books are their favorites. So, want to give that a try. Then, final, we have 2 Book of the Month books that I have just not read. This was my last Book of the Month book that I got. I stopped it a few months ago, but we have Darling Girl. This is a Peter Pan retelling, modernized retelling, and it's like super short. Like I think it's 330 something pages. It's a beautiful cover. Really, really want to get to this. Then this book I've had since I think either December or January, and this is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. This is a fantasy romance novel, and it's just really thick, and the pages are long. It's a nearly 500-page book. But I would feel so smart if I read this. And who knows, this could be like my new favorite. Like, that's one of my goals, is I really want to read more fantasy. So we'll see if that happens before 2022 ends. But yeah, you guys, that is my physical TBR. There are so many books in this collection right now that I'm quite ashamed of. But is that going to stop me from buying books? No, never. It will never stop me from buying books. But hopefully this video is a little bit of a push for me to start reading more of these books. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all maybe saw some books that you're like, oh, that looks kind of interesting. I'm going to read it. Amazing. I hope that's the case. But yeah, love you guys. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next one.